Oh my god, oh my god. Hey, it's Harry from PB Tech. And recently I've started commuting to work by car. And during this 2 hours a day, I've become increasingly concerned with the risky driving I'm witnessing and the amount of time I get stuck in traffic because there's some accident somewhere on the motorway. I decided that I should probably prepare and protect myself for any unforeseen events on the road. This led me to the DrivePro 230 by Transcend. It's a dash cam which, as the name suggests, is a camera that can be attached to your dashboard or windscreen of your car. It can provide you with a visual record of any event that happens while you're out on the road, and the footage collected can be critical in a road accident and useful for a few other purposes too. When looking into dash cams, I realized just how few New Zealanders actually own one, especially compared to overseas.
На выборы.
Тёма, ты удачно проснулся, не башка отлетела!
So I think it's safe to assume that many of you aren't familiar with the different brands that actually produce dash cams and how reliable they are. So before we get stuck into reviewing the DrivePro 230, here's a little relevant information about its maker, Transcend. Transcend is a Taiwanese company that operates worldwide. They specialize in memory storage options, but they've also created a few of their own devices like dash cams that utilize their quality memory technology. Therefore, all of their dash cams come with their own branded Transcend 16 and 32GB micro SD cards. Their tech is so good, in fact, that here on the back of the box, they've even given themselves a little pat on the back in saying, besides the bundled micro SD card, we recommend you go and buy a few more of our amazing memory cards. I like your style, Transcend. Straight to the point. Sweet, so Transcend is the bomb, but which dash cam is for you? Well, the DrivePro 230 model stands out from the rest in its range because it's the best for the average consumer, because of its superior image sensor, its GPS coordinates, and advanced software features. Let's have a look. This little guy is proof that size really doesn't matter. It's got 8 hardware features and 8 software features, so being made in Taiwan, I guess it's twice as lucky as its competitors? Bah. And if we're using it to prepare for car crashes, then we need all the luck we can get. To make a start on naming a few of its many features, let's first take a look at the advertised ones right here on the box. It's got Wi-Fi live streaming straight to your phone, so you can view or rewatch footage. GPS coordinates for a more accurately detailed version of events. Emergency recording, which intuitively stores the most important moments. Enhanced night view, which utilizes the quality contrast of its Sony image sensor. Great, so that's 4 features down, only 10 to go. So in order from to beep beep to here's what features come into play during a crash. They say for sickness, prevention is the best cure, and I believe that applies to road accidents too, which might explain why the DrivePro is equipped with a couple of alert features that chime out of a built-in speaker. The simplest of these is a headlight reminder that activates when the camera detects low light. This feature might seem mundane, but so far the only time I've ever been pulled over by the popo was because my headlights were off. Did that last feature make you nod off? Well, the DrivePro 230 comes equipped with a fatigue alert. And since 13% of all crash fatalities are caused by fatigued drivers, it's probably best you keep that on. Now that the DrivePro is done alerting you to all of your human errors, cheers mate, it also helps you watch out for other people's errors too. The catchy sounding forward collision warning system encourages you to create a bit of distance between you and the car in front. And also the equally sexy sounding lane departure system activates when detecting a car moving into your lane. Both of these features let you choose a preset speed at which it kicks in, so you're not getting alerted in slow traffic. Alas, your luck has run out. You're about to crash. But for the DrivePro 230, it's about to flex a few more of its features. As soon as you slam your foot on the brake, or your car slams into something other than your foot, the DrivePro 230's G-force sensor activates and saves the event to the emergency footage folder. To make sure the largest scope of this event was recorded in high detail, the DrivePro 230 comes with a 130-degree view angle lens that shoots in 1080p Full HD. Before we get to the post-crash features, Now is the moment for you to curse the high heavens, throw your hands up in the air, and don't forget to ask, is everyone okay? If everyone is okay, then you can take your DrivePro, which should be mounted to your windshield still, and detach it. And it will keep recording while you take it outside and take a few snaps of the damage and license plate with its snapshot feature. This is possible thanks to a built-in lithium battery that lets the user get out of their car and take close-ups on any evidence that they need. Whew. The hard part is over. You survived the crash, and now you've got all the evidence you could ever need. I think what you need now is a big old hug before your adrenaline runs out. It would seem easy to speculate that Transcend has gone for quantity over quality when packing all of these features into the DrivePro 230. However, I feel that all of these features have purpose and increase your safety. Plus, if one or more of them aren't to your liking, you can simply turn them off in the settings. Okay, enough sneaking features in left, right, and center. Let's see how this thing is installed before moving on to what you can actually do with your footage. The DrivePro 230 comes with a suction mount for your interior windshield. And for a distraction-free trip, I recommend you place it behind the rear view mirror so that it hides the camera's display so that you don't get distracted while driving. You don't want to cause an accident while trying to prevent one, right? Unfortunately, after I started using the DrivePro 230, I discovered that there was an additional installation requirement in order to use the parking mode and the time-lapse features. But because the parking mode and time-lapse both operate while the car is turned off, you have to hardwire the DrivePro 230's power cable right into the car battery. These features would be great for identifying anyone trying to break into your car by recording any motion detected or capturing anyone on your time-lapse you start. So if you did want to take this extra installation step, here's the 2 ways you can do it. Number 1, go DIY. Go and buy yourself a micro USB hardwire power cable, plus fuse tabs that fit specifically to your car. I've linked a tutorial to how to do this and a few parts and where you can get them in the description. Number 2, visit your local auto repair shop. They can order parts for you and hardwire it all in. Mine quoted me around $140 for about 2 hours of their time. Okay, well so far we've looked at about 16 features I think, and we've looked at the 2 ways that you can install the DrivePro. Now let's critique the footage. When reviewing the footage, I found that the image quality was satisfactory. During the daylight, all the colors seemed to be accurate and the contrast was deep. However, at night, the enhanced night mode felt a little subpar. There was naturally some noise showing on the screen, but combined with the car's vibrations, it made for a less than clear image. Also, passing car license plates were hard to read until you paused the footage, but this could be due to the recording being in 30 frames per second. Whipping up my phone, I tested the live view mode with its extra safe Wi-Fi password defaulted to 123456788. Nice. It produced a high quality stream, however, this was occasionally interrupted by a little bit of lag, depending on my location. I also haven't quite figured out why I'd need this, as it pauses the recording whenever I use it, so maybe only good for James Bond? The built-in microphone produced audio quality that was better than I expected. It even picked up a few mumbles in the back of my car.
These ones.
An Onzo in the trash back there.
That's a pretty nice bag. I would like one.
If you're obliged to take it out,
What are you going to do?
you can get it out of the trash.
And then do what with it? What?
You know it's one of those like rental ones, right? It's weird like that.
Thanks guys, it's nice to know what you truly think about me. I thought that the aforementioned data collection features such as the emergency recording worked great. There were separate save folders for some easy navigation through a wealth of footage. All of my files were saved into 3-minute recordings. However, you can adjust this by a few minutes. But I did notice that a few of my 3-minute recordings were cut short. And it turns out that's because whenever you adjust the settings, or use the live view mode, it pauses the recording. You shouldn't really be using this while driving, like making adjustments or reviewing footage, but it's important to know in case you miss out on any crucial moments. Good story, bro. I've seen a lot of great tech videos online that demonstrate just how good dash cams are and how far they've come recently, but few actually tell you what you can do with one, specifically in your country. So for a one-up, here's the best uses of the DrivePro 230 in New Zealand. Number 1, providing evidence to insurance companies. After a crash, there is often some confusion as to what has happened, and who was in the wrong. But with no record of the event and no one taking responsibility, pride and fear can lead to accusations. Thereafter, lengthy dispute tribunal cases. However, if one or both parties have a dash cam, then accountability is no problem, and insurance companies can quickly respond to claims. Hooray! On the other hand, if you're worried about incriminating yourself when supplying evidence from your dashcam, then know that you're not obligated to share your footage unless the police specifically request it. Dashcam use number 2. Reporting dangerous drivers. If you record a car performing an unsafe maneuver, or perhaps a hit and run, you can take that footage to your local police station on a USB. Unfortunately, you can't anonymously upload evidence as it's seen as an informal complaint. So go down to your local police station and say hello, and feel proud that you're helping keep our roads that bit safer. Dashcam use number 3. Posting epic moments to social media. One of my favorite things to do on the internet is watch all of the amazing things people do in uploaded videos on the daily. I'm sure even you have seen a few video compilations that contain a crazy event captured just from a dashcam. People usually tend to post their dashcam footage to the internet in order to shame or laugh at someone, and there are even Facebook pages dedicated entirely to exposing drivers near you. So, as long as you followed the Privacy Act and you've blurred out any identifiable information such as faces and maybe license plates, you can become a contributor to the Internet of Fun too. And please send me a link. Well, now that you know what you can do with the DrivePro 230 and I guess some dashcams in general, it keeps your wallet safe, it keeps our roads safer, and it keeps me laughing. But on a more serious note, I just crunched the numbers on my daily commutes, where there are approximately 400 crashes a year. So if you don't want to end up a statistic, then I suggest you do something about it. As Lady Luck would have it, we crash our cars about 3 to 4 times in our lives. And if you're a fan of living, then boy do I have a product for you. All jokes aside, there is nothing fun about being involved in a car crash. But what pains you more is hindsight. I think getting a DrivePro 230 seems like a small investment for something that can protect you both physically and financially, helping you prevent your own errors while automatically capturing proof of others. Finally, presenting it to you in a perfumed envelope ready to waft in the nose of any solicitor. So we covered the features, the installation, and what you can actually do with the footage. I hope this was informative to those of you in New Zealand that don't know what to do with a dash cam. I'm Harry from PB Tech. Like and subscribe, and remember, drive safe.